ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधेतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। You can repeat after me. एवं पिण्डब्रह्माण्डयोगो ऐक्यं सम्भूतम्।
एवं पिण्डब्रह्माण्डयोः ऐक्यं सम्भूतम्।
I hope you have memorized up to this, starting from Vasudevendra Yogendra. स्थूल शरीर अभिमानी जीवनामकं प्रतिबिंबं भवति।
स्थूलशरीराभिमानी जीवनामकं ब्रह्म प्रतिबिम्बं भवति।
स एव जीवः प्रकृत्या स्वस्मादीश्वरं भिन्नत्वेन जानाति।
स एव जीवः प्रकृत्या स्वस्मादीश्वरं भिन्नत्वेन जानाति।
अविद्या उपादेशन् आत्मा जीवः इति उच्यते।
अविद्या उपादिसन् आत्मा जीव इति उच्यते।
माया उपादेशन् आत्मा ईश्वरः इति उच्यते।
मायोपादिसन् ईश्वरः इति उच्यते।
एवं उपाधिभेदात् जीवेश्वरभेद दृष्टिः यावत्पर्यन्तं तिष्ठति तावत्पर्यन्तं जन्म मरणादिरूप संसारः न निवर्तते।
एवं उपाधिभेदात् यावत्पर्यन्तं तिष्ठति तावत्पर्यन्तं जन्म मरणादिरूप संसारो न निवर्तते।
तस्मात् कारणात् न जीवेश्वरयोः भेदबुद्धिः स्वीकार्या।
तस्मात् कारणात् ईश्वरयोः भेदबुद्धिः
स्वीकार्या ननु साहंकारस्य किंचित् न्यस्य जीवस्य
ननु साकारस्य किञ्चित् जीवस्य
निरहङ्कारस्य सर्वज्ञस्य ईश्वरस्य
निरकारस्य सर्वज्ञस्य ईश्वरस्य
तत्त्वमसीति महावाक्यात् कथं अवेदबुद्धिः स्यात् उभयोः विरुद्धधर्माक्रान्तत्वात् इति चेत् धर्म आक्रान्तत्वात् इति चेत् उभयोः धर्माक्रान्तत्वात् इति चेत् विरुद्धधर्माक्रान्तत्वात् इति चेत्. Okay. So today is our 50th class. Our class supposed to be 50th, but we could not have the class. That's why I said they would have memorized up to this sentence, last sentence what we saw in the previous classes. We are going very slowly, so that even if you had missed one or two classes, you won't miss anything. You will pick up, because we are going back and forth, and we reread or we discuss again and again many things already discussed. It's not that we should discuss only once and go further. No, it's not like that. The Shastra is always taught like that. Till our understanding becomes firm and clear. So we have to reinforce certain things so that it will be firmly entrenched in our mind. That is how Shastra may start. So you will see the connection between one class and the previous class. That is how the text also. And in the last class we were discussing this line of the text. Nanu sakankarasya kinchitnyasya jivasya. That line. It was the objection raised by the student. You know, this can be seen as a dialogue between the student and the teacher. Whether it is Upanishad or any Vedanta, the disciple, the student is involved and the teacher is involved. The student asks questions and the teacher answers. So it is in the form of a samvada, dialogue. So Tattvabodha also can be taken as a dialogue between the teacher and the student. And this last sentence was the objection raised by the student. Since this was a dialogue between the student and the teacher, the student who was listening to the teacher so far quietly now raises an objection. Suddenly, when he hears a teaching, Jiveshwarayoho Veda Buddhihi na Svikarya. So when he heard that, he raises an objection. How do we know it is an objection? By the word Nanu. Nanu is a word which indicates an objection. You will find in Bhashyam and all, you will see. Nanu. Nanu means, that is, the student raises a question in the class and says, I object, I have a doubt. So that Nanu indicates that. We have discussed and spent enough time on Vyashti Jiva and Samashti Ishvara. We have discussed a lot on these topics. Vyashti Jiva and Samashti Ishvara. Jiva means Vyashti, Ishvara is Samashti. And we have seen that both Ishvara and Jiva, they have different attributes. Guna. Having different attributes, it's not a problem. Because Jiva and Ishvara has opposite attributes, not only different, it is opposite. Therefore, it is not possible to have abheda buddhi between them. That is the objection. That is the objection of the student. And that is a valid objection by the student. Because Jiva and Ishvara, they have opposite attributes. If it has different attributes, then it's okay, it's a different thing. But they have opposite attributes, and the teacher says, abheda buddhi na svikarya. So that is the objection. To claim that between Jiva and Ishvara, there is no difference, they are one and the same, how can it be accepted? Here, the student it's brilliant, and the student substantiates his objection by presenting the attributes of Jiva. What are the attributes of Jiva? Jiva is sahankaraha. Sahankaraha is ahankarena sahavartate iti sahankaraha. It means Jiva is limited. He has individuality, ego. The sense of I, that is the sahankaraha. This is one attribute. And the other attribute which he mentioned was Jiva is kinchit nyaha. Kinchit nyaha. That when you do the sandhi, you get kinchit nyaha. You know what sandhi is that. Kinchit nyaha. Nyaha means knowledge. So kinchit janati iti kinchit nyaha. He knows something. Jiva is that which knows something. It means not everything, something. Therefore, Jiva has limited knowledge. So Jiva is sahankaraha and Jiva is kinchitnyaha. These are the attributes of Jiva. Jiva is limited. Why? Because the buddhi of Jiva is limited. And therefore, Jiva cannot be all knowledge. It cannot be sarvagya. Jiva as limited knowledge is alpagya. Alpam janati iti alpagya or kinchitnya. When that Jiva is addressed as Tattvam asi, then how can we accept the statement? How can you accept I am Ishvara? Jagat Karanam Brahma Ahamasmi. How can we accept? That is the objection of the student. And what are the attributes of Ishvara? Ishvara is nirahankara. Ishvara doesn't have ahankara. This individuality, this I, small I. Ishvara is sarvagyaha. Sarvam janati. Sarvam janati iti sarvagyaha. All these are upapada samasa. So here Ishvara is all knowing. That is why he is a Jagat Karanam. He is the cause of everything. Sarva Karanatmakaha Ishvaraha. Therefore Ishvara is Sarvagyaha. And between Jiva and Ishvara, Jiva Ishvara Yogo, that is Shakti Dvivachanam. Jiva Ishvara Yogo, between Jiva and Ishvara, or Saptami you can also. Between Saptami, it is Saptami, Jiveshvara Yoga, Saptami Dvivachanam. Jiveshvara Yoga, Viruddha Dharma Akrantatvat. Jiva and Ishvara, Viruddha Dharma, opposite dharma, opposite attributes, qualities. Akrantatvat. Therefore, Tasmat, Jiva Ishvara Yoga, Katham Abheda Buddhi Syat. How can there be Abheda Buddhi? Abheda Buddhi between Jiva and Ishvara. Abheda Buddhi is na Bheda Buddhi, Abheda Buddhi. Bheda Buddhi is having the vision of difference. Seeing the difference between Jiva and Ishvara. Bheda Buddhi or Bheda Drishti. Abheda Buddhi or Abheda Drishti is seeing no difference between Jiva and Ishvara. How is it possible? Katham Abheda Buddhi Syat Jiva Ishvara Yogo. How can it be accepted that there is no difference between Jiva and Ishvara? Because the Shruti says, I'm not saying the Shruti says, the teacher says, Shruti being the Pramanam, how can Shruti say something which is contradictory? And the student himself quotes the Shruti, the statement of the Shruti. What is that Shruti? Chandogya Shruti. Chandogya Upanishad. He quotes that. Tattvam asi. You are that. You are that. It occurs in Chandogya Upanishad many times. This sentence, this statement, Tattvam asi. The statement is called Mahavakyam. We have discussed Mahavakyam. Great sentence. Maha, great. Vakyam, sentence, or great equation. It's a great equation. Tat, Tvam, Asi. And let us not think that there is only one Mahavakya, Tat, Tvam, Asi. Also, let us not think that there are four Mahavakyams. One Mahavakyam per Upanishad in each Veda. There are so many Mahavakyams in the Upanishads of all the Vedas. So many Mahavakyams. Generally, four Mahavakyams are famous. That is why they say Mahavakyam. How many Mahavakyams? Four. Because they are famous. And Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada, what he did was, he assigned one Mahavakyam to each of the mat, which he established in four corners of the Bharat. North, South, East and West. So he assigned one Mahavakyam to each of the institution which he established. Understand there may be many Mahavakyams, but don't think Mahavakyams convey different meaning. The meaning of Mahavakyam of one Upanishad from one Veda cannot be different from the Mahavakyam of another Upanishad in another Veda or in the same Veda. If it is different, then it cannot be Mahavakyam. Therefore, all the Mahavakyams convey the same meaning. There are four Vedas are there. Vedaha, Tattvabodha, Rigvedaha, Yajurvedaha, Samaveda, Atharvavedaha. And from each Veda, one Upanishad is taken for sample Mahavakyam. And Bhagavad-pada, he assigned from each Veda taking one Mahavakyam and given to each of the mat which he established. Prajnanam Brahma. This is one Mahavakyam. This Mahavakyam, it occurs in Rig Veda. In the Rig Veda, this Mahavakyam you will find in Aitareya Upanishad. Aitareya Upanishad is located in Rig Veda. Prajnanam Brahma. This is the Mahavakyam of Govardhana Mat. Govardhana Mat. Where is it? This mat is in Puri, in the east of Bharat, India. Tattvam asi. This is another Mahavakyam, famous Mahavakyam, which the student in Tattvabodha also referring. This Mahavakyam is found in Chandogya Upanishad. And Chandogya Upanishad belongs to Samaveda. And this is the Mahavakyam of Sarada Mat. Sarada Mat is located in Dwaraka, which is in Gujarat, in the west of Bharat. Tattvam asi. Ayam Atma Brahma. This is another Mahavakyam which is found in this very famous Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad, it belongs to Atharva Veda. And this is the Mahavakyam of Jyotirmat of Badrinath, north of Bharat. And in the south, we have the famous Sringeri Mat, whose Mahavakyam is Aham Brahma Asmi. And this Mahavakyam, it is found in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad belongs to Yajur Veda. Therefore, understand that all the Mahavakyams, it teaches only one thing. That is why it is called a Mahavakyam, great equation. And what does it teach? Jagat Karanam Brahma Tvam Asi. that Ishvara, Jagat Karanam is you. So Mahavakyam, it reveals the identity between Jiva and Ishvara. That is why it is called Mahavakyam. Akhandabodha, Akhandartha Bodhaka Vakyam, Mahavakyam. That Vakyam which reveals the meaning of divisionlessness between Jiva and Ishvara. The difference between Jiva and Ishvara, this Jiveshvara Veda, is a serious misconception, misunderstanding. And this Veda, it goes away in the wake of Jnanam. Therefore, Ajnanam is Jiveshvara Veda, that is Ajnanam. And Jnanam is Jiveshvara Abheda, this is Jnanam. And this knowledge is what all the Upanishads they teach. Upanishads have the samanvaya in conveying this teaching. To understand the Tattva of the Upanishads, therefore, we have to do vichara. Inquiry is to be done. And dropping the mithya upadhi, that is anatma, and to arrive at aikyam, jiveshvara aikyam, shastra vishara, therefore to be done in the form of studying, thinking, analyzing, discussing. By these methods we have to do. Since there are various views with regard to Jivatma and Paramatma which lead to various wrong conclusions, sometimes causes doubts and serious misconceptions, we have to do vichara and arrive at the right conclusion, which is the intended teaching of the Shastram and the Sampradaya. Therefore, only by study and inquiry, the misconceptions will go. Inquiry means not without the help of Shastram, with the help of Shastram. Without the help of Shastram, we cannot do any inquiry. You cannot sit and inquire, ask yourself, who am I? That will not give you anything. Simple inquiry without the Shastram, who am I? That will lead to the another problem. Without Shastram, how can we do any inquiry? Because already I have concluded about myself, and that my self-conclusion about myself has to go only with the help of the Pramanam. The Pramanam has to come and teach. Therefore, since a solution is correcting our conclusion, and what is the conclusion? The conclusion being difference. I am different from Ishvara due to Veda Buddhi. For that Veda Buddhi to go, you have to study. Therefore, Shastram Pata, Shastram to be studied systematically and regularly, not by oneself, should be done with the help of the teacher. And this is the teaching, and this teaching is available at the end of the Veda, and that is called Vedanta. So in this portion of the Veda, that Vedanta, you will find the elaborate discussion in the form of inquiry to understand the oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma. And one has to understand this Avedam, this Advaitam properly. Otherwise, it will lead to another serious problem. This is another important thing to be noted. This Advaitam should be understood properly. You see various things in the Jagat all are different. Then it doesn't mean everything is in the empirical world, everything is, we can think it as one. No, it's not like that. When we say Abedam, it doesn't mean there are no differences between Jivatma and Paramatma at the empirical level, the Avakarika level. We don't say that. At the Vyavakarika level, Dvaitam is there. If Dvaitam is not there, how can we do transaction? No transaction is possible. Even I cannot talk, then you cannot listen. I am there and you are there. So Dvaitam is there. At the level, Vyavakarika level, differences are there. But they are what? They are Mithya. They are Mithya difference. Therefore, one has to appreciate the Mithya difference. Mithya is what it is. Because Mithya is there, it doesn't create any Veda. In spite of Veda, at the Mithya level, at the Vyavakarika level, there is Abheda. That is the vision. That is the understanding. Therefore, to say that myself and Ishvara are one and the same, therefore I don't have to go to the temple. That is a stupid thing. One student in our class, they asked, and Swamiji, he fired him left and right. Understand? In spite of non-difference, I appreciate Ishvara and myself playing a certain role in the order of Ishvara as a seemingly limited jiva. I invoke the all-pervading Ishvara in a vigraha, in a murti, and offering puja and prayers, either in the temple or in my room, knowing very well that Ishvara is non-separate from the creation, Jagat, which includes myself also. That is the beauty of the vision of the Shastra, of the rishis. You remember the example what I gave? This is a very good example given by Swamiji. This example. I am the actor A. I am the actor A. I am playing the role of a beggar B. So when I play the role of a beggar B, don't I know that I am the actor A? I know very well. Knowing very well that I play the role of a beggar B as an actor A, what I do, I try to play the role of a beggar better. In fact, I played so well that I gain the compassion of the whole audience watching the drama and make them cry by my acting. So, and when I come to the green room, I don't regret for having begged from so many people in the stage. I know it's only an acting. It's only an acting, a role which I should play. That acting doesn't change my real being as an actor. Yeah. In fact, I will try to do more better in the next show. The same way, here also. Veda is there, but Veda is Mithya. Mithya being what it is, I appreciate the empirical difference between me and Ishvara. So when you have this vision, in fact, your devotion for Ishvara, it grows more than what it was before. Like the player, you wanted to perform better in the next show. Even when you don't have this vision, let us say, even if you don't have this vision, then also devotion, bhakti is required. Devotion is natural, and as far as you are concerned, as Veda is real. Even when Veda is real, then devotion is there. So, the Mahavakyam, it reveals a fact that Jivatma and Paramatma, they are really one Atma. And the Veda is negated, Abheda is revealed. So Mahavakyam is like the equation which we have in mathematics. That is why it is called the great equation. And when do we really have an equation? You don't need an equation to know 4 is equal to 4. 4 equal to 4. We don't need an equation because it is evident. 4 is equal to 4 is 4. We don't need an equation for that. The figure on the left hand side of the equal sign, that is 4, and on the right hand side, that is also 4. They are equal. When they are equal, it's so obvious, you don't need an equation to establish that. And also you don't say 4 is equal to 5. That also we don't say. Why? Because 4 is different from 5. The difference is obvious. Therefore, no equation is required when the figure on both the left hand side and right hand side of the equal sign are equal, or when they are different, then also equation is not possible. And therefore, so when do you will have an equation? You will have an equation only when there are seeming differences between the two sides. When they say 2 plus 2 equal to 3 plus 1. Now the figures on the left hand side 2 plus 2 and the figures on the right hand side 3 plus 1. The numbers are different, totally different. But at the same time there is an equation. Equal sign is there. Equation is equated. Left hand side and right hand side are equated. How? even though the differences are there, the differences being not real, therefore there is an equation. The differences are only superficial, not real. Similarly, if Jivatma and Paramatma, they are evidently identical, then equation is not required. If they are identical, then why do we need an equation like 4 equal to 4? If Jivatma and Paramatma are totally different, evidently different, then equation is not possible, like 4 equal to 5. When the Jivatma and the Paramatma, they are seemingly different because of the difference in Upadhi, but really speaking, both are one and the same, then the Vedanta comes and gives a solution for the equation. It says Jivatma equals Paramatma, and that is called Mahavakyam. And this oneness, Aikyam, is revealed by many Mahavakyams in the Shastram, and all those Vakyams are called Mahavakyam. Therefore, Mahavakyam should be understood to mean as a great equation which equates the Jivatma and the Paramatma. And these Mahavakyams occurs in all over the Vedas and in the Upanishads. The most powerful, most popular Mahavakyam is Tattvabodha. And these Mahavakyams are called Upadesha Vakyam. Upadesha Vakyam. This is the Upadesha given by the teacher to the student. Because what is revealed by this Mahavakyam, it should be taught. The meaning of the Mahavakyam should be taught. Therefore, taught by the teacher in the form of teaching to the student. And this Mahavakyam, Tattvabodha, we have seen it occurs in Chandogya Upanishad of Samaveda in an important section in the Chandogya Upanishad called Sadvidya. There is a section. In that section, this Mahavakyam appears. And in the Mahavakyam, Tattvabodha, Tat refers to Paramatma. Paramatma who created this Jagat, who is responsible for the maintenance of the Jagat, and who is responsible for the harmony and the order in the creation is Paramatma. It is Bhagavan or Ishvara alone who makes everything move in an order. The planets move around the sun in an order. There is an order is there. It's because of Paramatma, Ishvara. It is Ishvara who makes that tree grow from a small seed. Or in other words, he hides a huge tree in a small seed. That is an order. That is Ishvara, Paramatma. It is Ishvara alone who ordains karma palam to all the beings in keeping with their karma. And in the order of Ishvara, no difference will be shown with regard to the action and the result. If you are the doer of a particular action, the result will come to you. You will be allotted that karma pala. There is no failure in this order. Everyone will get what he deserves. That is the order of Ishvara. Ishvara is the karma pradata. Like there is an example given in Bhagavatam. A calf will find his mother in a huge assembly of cows. So too, the karma pala will find you. Your own karma and karma pala will find you even when you are in a huge, in the assembly. So there is no disorderliness in the order of Ishvara. That's why it's an order. And he is called Paramatma, and he is referred to by the word Tattva, Tatpadam. Right? Tatpadam, Tatpadena, Paramatma, Uchyate. Tatpadena. From the word Tat, what is indicated is Paramatma. And Tvam in the Mahavakyam, Tvam is said. The Tvam it refers to the individual Jivatma. And this Jivatma always struggles. And he has a whole Jagat to rule over him. And this Jivatma, he thinks himself to be incomplete and insecure and insignificant and working his whole life to fulfill himself. That Jivatma is referred by the word Tvam. And the Padam, Asi Padam is there. Asi is Tinganta Padam. That means R. So the equation Tat, the Paramatma, Tvam, you, the Jivatma Asi. So, Tat Tvam Asi. You, the Jivatma, you are the Paramatma. And this Vakyam is called Abheda Bodhaka Vakyam. The sentence which reveals the knowledge of non-difference, the Aikyam. The sentence which gives the knowledge or reveals the oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma. When a student listens to this Mahavakyam for the first time in his life, says when he is told, you are God, you the Jivatma or the Paramatma, then what will be his reaction? Anybody who hearing this statement for the first time in life, he will laugh. He will laugh and he will think the teacher has lost his head. Because for all of us who have been conditioned by a number of dualistic ideas throughout our life, when we hear this statement, it may sound blasphemy. The moment we think of Bhagavan Ishvara, what we think is, I am different from him. That is our general normal thinking. Ishvara is all powerful, is omnipotent, omnipresent, whereas I am a small being, powerless and limited in all ways, Jivatma. Here, the author of the Tattvabodha, he knows his fact very well, and therefore, he himself raises an objection on behalf of the student. As the student raises the objection, the author he presents the objection of the student by himself. Therefore, the author he says, Sahankarasya kinchit nyasya jivasya, Sahankarasya. Ahankaraha means endowed with a strong individuality. Here the student is referring to his own peculiar attribute, which that attribute which limits him, which makes him different from all the others. Therefore, Sahankaraha can be understood as a limitation imposed by one's own individuality, one's own ego. And about Ishvara, the student says, Sarvajnasya Ishvarasya, Paramatma. Paramatma is Sarvajna, omniscient. So the differences between myself and God are so clear, then Katam Abheda Buddhi Syat. Then how can there be the vision of equality? Tattvamisi iti Mahavakyat, Katam Abheda Buddhi Syat. So by listening to this great equation Tattvamasi, how can there be the vision of equality, Abheda Buddhi? Upayogo Jivatma Paramatma Yogo, Viruddha Dharma Akrantatva. Paramatma having superior attributes and Jivatma having inferior attributes, Dharma, they are diagonally opposite. Viruddha Dharma. So how can this Mahavakyam be accepted? Even though I have respect for the words of the Shruti and the teacher, I cannot accept this oneness between Tvam and Tat. That is the objection. In fact, this type of dialogue, it encourages the listeners, the students, to raise all questions, all possible doubts, and get them clarified before proceeding further. That is why our Shastram are Jnana Pradhanam. Our Shastram, it emphasizes on knowing, knowledge, not just believe and follow. Because there is an obvious contradiction between the Jiva and Ishvara, when the teacher uses this sentence, the student either he has to rise doubt or he has to understand that the teacher has got the teaching has got some Tattvaryam, a commitment to communicate, and the student he has a doubt about this. Therefore, he gives in the form of the objection. Therefore, the essence of the whole section is to analyze the meaning of the word Tvam, Tat and Asi. Tvam Pada Vichara, Tat Pada Vichara, Tat Asi Pada Vichara. So now, what we are going to do is, we are going to analyze the meaning of the word Tvam, Tvam Pada Vichara. Enquiry on the very word Tvam. What is this Tvam? Tvam means you. And what is this? What does this indicate by the word Tvam? What do we indicate? Whatever you identified with as Atma, that becomes you. You identify with the body, then the body becomes the meaning of the word Tvam. When you identify yourself with the body being limited, therefore Tvam is definitely limited. And Shastram says there is another meaning of Tvam. There is another meaning indicated by the Tvam Padam. And that is invariable, not subject to any change. And that is the ultimate. And that is different from the three sharirams or the five kosha. That meaning of the word Tvam is called Lakshyartha. So, from the standpoint of Lakshyartha, there is no difference at all between you and Ishvara. There is Abedam, Aikyam. That is the teaching. That is what the author is going to say now. So, he is going to do Tvam Pada Vichara first. Though he may not do the Vichara in detail, but he gives this nice thing. So, you can repeat after me. So first, the student raises an objection. Now the objection has to be encountered by saying no. Na. You can decide. Na.
Na.
Yeah. Stula Sukshma Sharira Abhimani Tumpada Vachyartaha.
Stula Sukshma Sharira Abhimani Tumpada Vachyartaha.
Upadi Vinirmuktam Samadhi Dasha Sampannam.
Upadi Vinirmuktam Samadhi Dasha Sampannam.
Shuddham Chaitanyam Tvam Lakshyartaha.
Shuddham Chaitanyam Tvam Lakshyartaha.
So, the author says, having listened to the objection, if this is your objection, then it is not right. Na, he says. The direct meaning of the word Tvam Padam, is that is one what is identified with. That is the Sula Sharira. Whereas the implied meaning, Akshyartha of the meaning of the word Tvam is Shuddha Chaitanya, pure consciousness. That is consciousness free from Upadi. Upadi Ragita Shuddha Chaitanya. So you have to read the sentences like this. Sahankarasya kinchitnyasya jivasya nirahankarasya sarvajyasya ishvarasya tattvamasiti mahavakyat katam abeda buddhi syat udyoho viruddha dharma krantatvat iti chet. Na. That is how you have to read. Na. If there is an objection like this, and if you object to abeda due to viruddha dharma, then na, it is not right. There is no Veda really. No real difference. Why? Stula Sukshma Sharira Abhimani Chaitanyam, that is the consciousness identified with Stula Shariram and Sukshma Shariram, is known as Vachyartha. The consciousness identified with Stula Shariram and Sukshma Shariram is known as Vachyartha. At the Veshti level, the Chaitanyam, when identified with you, the Sthula Shariram and Sukshma Shariram, that is what we understand. When you say I means I refer to this body. Either it refers to the physical body or to the Sukshma Shariram. Sukshma Shariram means mind. My mind. I'm thinking. So all these are Vachyartha. That is the direct meaning of the word Tvam Padam. So the word you in the equation that Tvam Asi, you are that, it refers to the Chaitanyam identified with Sthula Shariram and Sukshma Shariram. That is, it refers to Ahankara. Ahankara, that limited knowledge, limited in terms of everything. So, you means the direct meaning of the word I. And I is, all the limitations are centered on this I. Therefore, this is the immediate meaning of the word Tvam. So, immediate meaning in Sanskritam is called Vachyartha. Artha means meaning. Vachya is what is told, the direct, the immediate, or popular. That is the meaning of the word Vachya. Vachya Artha. Vachyartha. So, what is a very popular meaning of the word? Why it is called a popular meaning? From because whenever I use the word I never refers to myself as Chaitanya. I always take the Chaitanyam, along with Chaitanyam, I always include my body, my mind, everything. Nobody says I am pure Chaitanya. When I ask you to give your biodata, you give your name, your parent name, your spouse name, and your everything, all the details. Why is Chaitanya? Nobody says I am Shuddha Chaitanya in the biodata. Nobody says that. So, all my transaction and all my daily dealings, it shows my total identification with the Stula Sharidam and the Sukma Sharidam. That is the commonly understood meaning. That is why it is the direct, that is the immediate meaning of the word Tvam. So when you take the immediate meaning, then there is Veda. There is difference between Tvam and Tat. And the immediate meaning of the word Tat is Ishvara, Jagat Karan, Jagat, the cause of the entire world, and so all knowing and Niragankara. The immediate word of the meaning, the immediate meaning of the word Tat. So in Vachyartha, in immediate meaning, definitely there is Veda, and Veda is obvious. Obvious between Ishvara and you. Listen, we don't say that there is no difference. Already we saw the opposite attributes. In fact, the Shastram wants to resolve this difference because in the vision of Shastram there is no real difference. Therefore, Shastram, by unfolding its vision, it makes a seeming difference between Tat and Tvam, Jiva and Ishvara, Jivatma and Paramatma into no difference. There is a seeming difference, but there is no real difference. That is why there is an equation. Therefore, the Lakshyartha of you, of the word you, the implied meaning of the word you, the Shruti wants to point out that in the meaning of the word you don't take yourself to be the body. Body, all these things are nothing but they are additions. They are temporary additions to you. When you say I, your I notion, it doesn't include your cloth, your dress. You don't include the material of the dress as the material of your body, neither the color. If your dress may be yellow, but your body is not. So you don't, when you say I, your I notion doesn't include your dress. Similarly, the body also should not be included in I. Your Swarupam, your nature is Chaitanya. That meaning is called Lakshyartha. So in Lakshyartha, there is Abheda, non-difference. Therefore, the author says, Upadhi Vinirmuktam Chaitanyam Tvampada Lakshyartha. When you look at the Tvampada without any Upadhi Vinirmuktam, devoid of Upadhi, that is without Sthula Sharidam, without Sukma Sharidam, what is only Shuddha Chaitanyam, that is the Lakshyartha. Lakshyartha of the very word Tvam is Shuddha Chaitanya. When you say I am Alpajnaha, Kinchitnyaha, it means what? It means you are definitely looking at yourself from the standpoint of the limited buddhi. The buddhi, which has limited knowledge, is very well known to you. Therefore, purely from this standpoint of Sthula Sharidam or Sukma Sharidam, you say I am limited. From the standpoint of Sthula Sharidam, you say I am 5 feet 6 inches. And from the standpoint of a person outside, you say I am the son and I am the daughter, I am the father, I am the mother. From the standpoint of your mind, you say I'm happy, I'm not happy, I'm in dukkham. So this standpoint is called upadhi. So from the standpoint of the upadhi alone, this atma, Shuddha Chaitanyam, it becomes limited. It becomes wanting. The dharma, the attributes belong to the upadhi, and it is not the dharma of the vastu. Vastu is atma. We refer to the word. We refer by the word vastu, atma only. Vastu. So upadhi, they are not the dharma of the vastu. If it is the dharma of the vastu, then it is not the dharma of the upadhi. Like even the crystal appearing in a particular color. We know a crystal is colorless, but the crystal appears red. Why? Because of the red flower which is placed near the crystal. Therefore, the color of the crystal, it belongs to the upadhi. Upadhi is the red flower which is placed near the crystal. Even though the crystal may appear red, you know very well the color of the crystal doesn't belong to the crystal. The crystal is as though red in color. Therefore, upadhi vinirmuktam, free from the upadhi, which is variable, like the flower, and mithya, therefore, it can be given up. Given up not physically, it can be given up from your buddhi, from your understanding. By understanding, you can give up the difference due to upadhi. And even your kinchit nyatvam, that limited knowledgeness, kinchit nyatvam, it is not an attribute of atma. Atma doesn't have kinchit nyatvam. If this limited knowledge is the attribute of atma, then atma cannot give it up. In deep sleep, let us take in deep sleep in sushupti avastha, do you have kinchit nyatvam? Do you have the sense of limited knowledge? No. In kinchit nyatvam, in deep sleep, it is not there. Your sense of little knowledge, it is not there when you are in sushupti avastha. Why in deep sleep? Even when you are awake, sometimes it is not there. There are moments where you don't think that you are limited. It means that the kinchit nyaha is variable. That sense is variable. For example, in moments of happiness, when you are so happy with something, then the subject-object, the relationship that resolves, and you don't look at yourself as kinchit nyaha. You don't have any complex about your limited knowledge, because there the subject-object, that differences, it resolves. In a moment of happiness, like when you are enjoying gulab jamun. Gulab jamun is the object and you are a subject. So when you enjoy it, when there's a fusion between the subject and the object, then you have the sense of that limited knowledge at that time. I'm limited, I'm insignificant. No, that is not there. So your attention, your focus is not upon your limited knowledge. In fact, you don't have any judgment about you at all at that time. Therefore, that kinchit nyaha, it is not an intrinsic attribute of you. When you are listening to music, and music is the object, and you are the subject, the listener. In that moment of listening, there is no notion of this sense of limitedness. There is no judgment about yourself that I am of limited knowledge, limited power, limited faculty. Nothing is there. Therefore, in such stage, you don't have the sense of kinchit nyatvam. Even otherwise also, the subject-object relationship, it resolves at a point, what I call samadhi dasha sampannam, the experience of samadhi. The samadhi we will discuss that later. Even between the two successive thoughts in your mind, there is a gap. There is a resolution of the subject and the object. Between one thought and the other thought, there is no thought. In that space between the two thoughts, there is no subject and the object. So there is some kind of shanti vritti. Shanti Shanti vritti. Vritti means thought. Shanta vritti is there. That is, yes, the space where there is no difference between the subject and the object. There is no subject, there is no object. So when there is no subject and no object, there is no subject-object relationship, then there is no judgment about you. There is no judgment about you considering your limitations. If you don't think of your limitations, it means the limited knowledge, the limited power, what you think that you have, you are, they are all nothing but a point of view. And therefore it is variable. It is not your dharma. It is not the dharma of Atma. Only when I look at the object, it reminds me of the subject. I become conscious of myself only when I think of an object or look at the object. Then only I am aware of my limited knowledge. Then only I recognize myself as a limited person. Therefore, this kinchit nyatvam is a variable. Because it is variable, it is not intrinsic to Atma, to myself. It is agantukam, not swabhavikam. It is not my nature. If it is intrinsic to myself, to Atma, then I must feel all the time I am kinchit nyaha. But that is not there. At one time, I may feel that I am limited knowledge, but at another time, I don't feel anything at all. Therefore, it is upadi vinirmuktam samadhi dasha sampannam. This samadhi, you would have heard this word samadhi in Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga. Ashta is 8, Anga is the limbs, and Yoga is Patanjali's Darshanam. So Ashtanga Yoga, that yoga having 8 limbs: Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and then Samadhi. The Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, it talks about 2 types of Samadhi: Savikalpa Samadhi and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Samadhi, the very word Samadhi means absorption. Absorption. You are withdrawn, totally withdrawn. That is absorption. An absorption where the subject-object relationship is there. So, an absorption, a samadhi, where the subject-object relationship is there. That is, the object what you are meditating upon and the subject, the meditator, both of them are there. But there is no distraction between the subject and the object. That there is no distraction for you. That is called Savikalpa Samadhi. Vikalpa is division. So Vikalpena Sagavartate. So in that absorption, there is a division. That is called Savikalpa Samadhi. If that division also resolves, that is where the subject-object difference is not there, not manifest at all, then it is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa, no Vikalpa in that absorption. The subject-object differences resolve. Suppose if you get the experience of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, then what happens? In that state of Samadhi, do you have the sense of Kinchit Gyatva? Do you have the sense of Sahankaraha? There is no notion of I, the sense of I, or sense of limited knowledge in that Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the state. Therefore, what the author says here is that when one is Samadhi Dasha Sampannaha, also that is free from the limitations of Upadhi. Is free from the limitations of Upadhi. He shows that he wanted to show that Upadhi is not intrinsic to Atma. Therefore, he says, in that state of Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, there is no sense of limitations for you. For the one who is absorbed in the experience of subject-object, that divisionless state, it doesn't have the limitations of Upadhi. Therefore, Upadhi Vinirmuktam Samadhi Dasha Sampannam. Samadhi Dasha Sampannam. Samadhi also means self-knowledge. Samadhi can also mean self-knowledge. Dasha means state. So in that state of self-knowledge, that is a state where I don't identify with my upadhi, like the body, mind, etc. That is called Samadhi Dasha. In that state, what am I? I am only Chaitanyam. I am only Chaitanyam as I am. That is Atmajnana. That is the Atmajnana. Therefore, in that state, what do you understand by the word Tvam? Tvam doesn't refer to your ego or the Kinchitnyaha. No sense of that limitedness. Therefore, by the word Tvam in the Mahavakyam, Tvam Pada Vichara, it doesn't refer to the direct meaning. What is that direct meaning? That here, our idea of body, mind, sense complex. It doesn't refer to that. Tvam refers to the Shuddha Chaitanyam, the consciousness. That is what you. And that is equated to the Tat. That is Ishvara. And therefore, from the you and Tat, the Ishvara, they are equated by this Mahavakyam. And we will discuss more on this Mahavakyam. We will analyze this statement in detail later. Today, I think I have crossed my limit, so better I will stop here. So we will continue our discussion. So where it left, Samayadasha Sampannam, Upadhi Nirmuktam, Samayadasha Sampannam. From that statement, we will pick up and continue in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. Do you have any doubts?
No, I think I have more meaning today from Padam than any time when I read before.
Actually, I crossed it today more than 1 hour, I think. So I want to at least stop it.
Okay, all right. Okay.
So,
thank you.
Thank you.